John DeCino, who is the owner of Derados Italian Gourmet Market.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on the show
Thank you for
and
having
bringing
me.
this beautiful spread here. I can't wait to hear about all the...
And this is just a small sampling of the foods that we offer at Derados. All I ask is that people just come in, give us a try. I guarantee you, once you come in, you're going to enjoy everything that you have.
And there's lots of samples.
Good. We'll hear about that in a second.
Yes. In Italian, I just can't stand in one location because my hands will be going like this. But Rosa Foods is very well known up north. It's Marie and Jack. They're very lovely people. We have their products here. This is just a sampling. We have some other sampling of Rosa Foods over here. Our olives are from Rosa. Pastosa family. Funny story about that, the Pastosa family. My grandmother used to make everything fresh pasta for the holidays, and it used to take her 2-3 days. And if you're Italian, you understand when your grandmother makes fresh pasta, she has it laid out on the back porch in a box so it could dry out, you know.
Yeah,
and it takes her 2-3 days to make everything. And then by the time the holidays come around, she's never hungry to eat because she's so tired, but yet everybody else eats, so you know, we don't feel as bad.
That's what makes her happy.
Exactly. Well, we got to know the Pastosa family, we got to know their product, and just before my grandmother passed away, like a year or so before, she knew everything that was going on. She goes, listen, I know you can't make my raviolis, right? I'm sorry about the broken English.
Oh, no.
But she goes, I know you can't make my raviolis, I know you can't make my macaroni. It's just, I said, yeah, you know, Nan, we tried, it's just that my mom and I were just, it's either we don't have the patience, or we just don't have the touch that my grandmother had. And I think it's just a touch, because the way she needed it and everything, I tried it and I just couldn't do it. So she goes, if you have to make the fresh pasta, I want you to use Pastosa. I want you to have the Pastosa in the stores. Because that's how well she trusted the Pastosa family, that she actually put it on the same plane as her own fresh pasta. So and talking with Angelo and Joseph from Pastosa family, we are the only location in North Carolina where you can get Pastosa brand foods. And how they make it is, they make the pasta fresh, they flash freeze it, they ship it down to me so that my customers, depending on which variety of pasta you choose from, 5 to 8 minutes, and you have fresh homemade pasta, which, you know, my grandmother's tearing that up there, and she's probably rolling like this. But it's great for my customers because everybody's rushing around. Nobody has any time to do anything, you know, because with the way the economy is and stuff, we're trying to get as much into as little time as we have. So we have the Pastosa brand. Some of the samplings of the pieces.
Tomato pie, right?
This is my grandmother's recipe for the tomato pie. This is actually what we grew up with, and all this is my fresh dough. Our family tomato sauce, which is you know, our secret recipe with the seasoning and everything like that, and then pecorino romano grated cheese sprinkled over the top with extra virgin olive oil. Now I'm saying this, and which is fine. If my competitors want to start making tomato pies, that's fine too. But it all comes down to the dough. It comes down to the dough and the sauce. And that's all I ask, is that the people come in, they try it out, and I guarantee you, once you try it out, you're going to get addicted to it. This right here, we have, this is our 4-cut. We have 4-cut, 8-cut, 12-cut, and then our 24s are actually 2 12s. But this is our 4-cut in the margarita version, which is basically my white pesto, provolone and mozzarella cheeses, extra virgin olive oil, and if you can't tell already, we put extra virgin olive oil in it.
Of course, everything's got to have extra virgin olive oil.
And sliced tomatoes, so that's our 4-cut version there. That's actually a huge seller. I'm shocked at that, but that's a huge seller down here. This right here is our 8-cut version of our deluxe, which is provolone cheese, mozzarella, roasted red peppers, pepperoni, sausage, and mushrooms, again with our family's red sauce on it, to die for. Everybody seems to love that. Here we have a sampling of our stuffed breads. We have 3 varieties of stuffed breads. We have the sausage, which is this variety right here. We also have the pepperoni, and we have the 3 cheese. Now the 3 cheese has the ragout, the cheddar, the mozzarella, and the provolone. So it's actually 4 cheeses, but I didn't want to call it 4 cheese, so I just called it 3 cheese. This is our tomato mozzarella salad, a sampling of our tomato mozzarella salad, which is just the fresh mozzarella, the tomatoes, and the onions, and then my mom makes her own olive oil dressing to put on top of it, and it's to die for. Because you take a loaf of that, and you just take my mom's dressing and a little bit of this, and you have a meal at least for 2-3 people. Because this is, you know, when, on a nice hot day, when you're sitting out on a dock or you're sitting out by the lake or anything like that, you don't want anything heavy. All right?
Right.
So you want something light. So that's why the tomato mozzarella, a loaf of bread with my mom's extra virgin olive oil, fabulous.
Right.
It's good. It's light on you. So then we come to the heavy portion of our sandwiches.
Wow.
Or of our meals.
Mixed Italian
this
sub?
is yes, this is our mixed Italian sub. This is on a full loaf of Italian bread right here. We have the giardiniera, we have the provolone, the mozzarella, we have the pepperoni, the gabagool, the salami, the prosciutto, the tomatoes, the onions, the lettuce. This it will feed either 2 people or one hungry
Whole
person.
Yeah, or 4 people.
Yeah,
depending
or 4
on-
people. Actually, we actually make a sandwich that's bigger than this.
Really?
It's called the Abbondanza. And it, you know, you guys don't have enough time for me to go into it, but if you just stop by the store, to make a long story short, it weighs about 5 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And there's a 1/4 pound of each variety of meat on this sandwich. We actually had to put a warning sign up by the menu because people were buying it and they were like, this sandwich is too big. Maron, how am I going to eat this?
Yeah.
So we had to put a warning sign up saying it feeds 2 to 3 people, you know,
Oh, wow.
and for the price you can't beat it because it breaks down to like $5 a piece.
Right.
So, and everybody's
And
been
this is
eating
your
this.
fried dough that you do on Sundays,
Yes,
right?
Sundays, we are open on Sundays from 10 to 2, but these last couple of Sundays, I've been open till 3:30, 4 o'clock because people have just been coming in, and the way we are, we don't lock the doors. So if people want to come in, especially for their first time, we'll treat you as family. Come on in, I'll give you the $2 tour like I give everybody,
Yeah.
and everybody seems to have a good time and you eat. But on Sundays, we have the pepper and egg sandwiches on fresh Italian bread. I have to serve it open face because it's so big. So we have that, and then also on Sundays, like you mentioned, we have the fried dough, which is our pizza fritte right here, and then we have zeppelis. I've been talked into making zeppelis now, which is, I guess, a southern New York
I've never heard of them before.
version of fried dough.
I've heard of it like at the street fairs in Lower Manhattan.
Right, yeah, see, it's a southern New York version, like Long Island, Manhattan, things of that nature. Now, upstate New York, where I'm from, we grew up with the fried dough, which is
So is
this
it just,
version right here.
that version and round?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, it's basically the same thing. It's just my dough, deep fried with the powdered sugar on it. This is more doughy, the zeppelis are more doughy.
Okay.
My fried dough is a little bit more crispier.
Okay.
You know, now here I actually came up with a new recipe this past weekend. We have eggplant soriano, and again I will tell the recipe because if my competitors want to serve it, that's great. That's flattering actually. It's actually my grandmother's recipe for our eggplant appetizers, which is the same eggplant that we use in our eggplant parm. We have mozzarella, Italian seasoning, roasted red pepper, and prosciutto.
Yum.
And then we bake it off, and then we put the other top on top, so it's actually like a sandwich. Now you can either eat this for lunch. I sell them 2 for $4.99,
Wow.
which is like a really nice light lunch, or you can buy a dozen or 2 dozen, cut them up into quarters, and serve them as appetizers. Now,
That's a great idea.
which is a good thing if you're having a party, because just one will feed, you know, 2,
Yeah.
3 people, because normally people don't eat a lot, so
Right.
they'll just take 1 or 2.